Hello. This time I've been thinking about community, about how connected we really are. Community is difficult at the moment because, of course, we're all in our separate houses. But even when we can meet up with each other, how well connected are we? I have friends who I meet up regularly, and you're probably the same. You meet regularly with friends, and the conversation goes something like this. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, how are you? Oh yes, I'm fine as well. How's the family? Oh yes, doing well. What about your family? Yes, doing well as well. Or we might say about, oh, so-and-so's doing this or so-and-so's doing that. But we never really dig beneath the surface. And we might have a wonderful time when we're with our friends. But we come away not really knowing them any better. And worse than that, we haven't let our own mask slip. We're still safe inside. And part of the reason for that is fear, a fear of rejection and a fear of being held to account. What if people really know what I'm like? What if they knew, for instance, that I'm a Christian, that I'm a follower of Jesus, that I believe Jesus is at the centre of everything? How would they respond? Might they hold me to account for some of my behaviour? And we stay behind our mask. There's an instance in the Bible when Jesus did just that. He came out from behind his mask, not that he ever wore a mask, but he revealed himself to the people who he knew, his community. It says he, that's Jesus, this is in Matthew's Gospel, he came to his hometown and began to teach the people in their synagogue, that's like church, so that they were astounded and said, "Where did this man get this wisdom and these deeds of power? Is this not the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary? And are not his brothers James and Joseph and Simon and Judas? And are not all his sisters with us? Where then did this man get all this?" And they took offence at him. And that's our fear, that if we reveal ourselves to our friends, that they might take offence at us and not be our friends anymore. But when we emerge from this, we need to re-establish community. And we can spend this time making sure that what we emerge to is a better community than what we withdrew from. Because to truly be in community, we need to be free to be vulnerable with one another, not with everyone, that would be to lay ourselves open, but amongst those people that we trust, amongst our friends, amongst those we gather with. We need to be prepared to be vulnerable, and we need to be held to account, not in any authoritarian way, but we need to give others the authority to hold us to account. I'm going to try to do this week. And when we meet again, allow our friend to say, "How did that go? Did you manage it?" I'd like our community, when we emerge, to be better. I have a small group of people that I meet with once a month, and we have a meal together, and we talk together, and we have each other's permission to be vulnerable and to hold each other to account. And we pray for each other, and we love each other because of that. It's not a large group, and they're not necessarily my closest friends, but they are people whom I trust and who trust me. What would life be like if, when we emerge, we re-establish a community that we've started now? That we've given other people permission to hold us to account, that we are prepared to be vulnerable with each other, to be better versions of ourselves. How might community be changed? Have a think if you have those in your life to whom you could be accountable, whom you are prepared to be vulnerable with. What would it feel like to drop the mask and reveal ourselves in an attempt to be better versions of ourselves, to be better community? Keep safe and stay well.